What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, von Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of your show. I've used buxom, I've used busty. Is there any other words?
Buttery.
Like that? Your buttery host, Gary. And this is the only live show on YouTube from 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday that we know of, and we're so damn proud to have you with us today. We also love making up categories that we're number one in, and then we say, we're number one. For instance, today, we're the number one show on YouTube featuring a host who has a 99% possibility of a nip slip during the next hour. We're number one. We also kick the show off with the greatest cam in the history of all cams, that cam being the Maggie Cam. She's been good today. She hit her spot like 5 minutes before, and she's pumped, as you can tell. She doesn't look very impressed, does she? Our guest here, he had her all fired up, and she was howling away. It was so cute. The Maggie Cam for our fantastic pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with Leroy, their beautiful puppy, who just so happens to be dating Margaret, are always there to give you the greatest treatment in the history of pet stores in the universe. As well, if you go after hours or on the weekend, Kirsten, Shar, or Chris will take care of you with that exact same service you've come to know and love. From our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Maggie's happy place. Probably what she's going to be dreaming about here in the next about minute or so as she slowly dozes off into puppy dreamland. So you may have heard the voice beside me. You know him as Mr. Everything. He's my sweet, beautiful prince. I've said he's been the ghostwriter for yours truly over our entire career, and we love and appreciate him so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coach Comatu with the side swipe.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
You're doing as good as a guy can do.
I'm doing as good as
in
a guy
situation
can do.
like today. Now, also on Wednesdays, I do want to tell you, new shows, new episode of the Bamford & Co. podcast is up as well. A new episode of Slice by Slice with Asher. Our new pizza review show will be coming up later this evening. Be sure to check those out. 2 bites.
Everybody knows the rules. Not a knockoff of anybody else.
Dude, I don't even know the other person's.
2 bites.
Yeah. Apparently the drummer, that Portnoy guy's a drummer, right?
Yeah, sick drummer. Best drummer of all.
Yeah. Dream Theater.
All time. Dream Theater is so good.
Yeah, well, because of him.
Also, it's good. Okay. Fastway.
Yeah.
All fired up. You said I had the dog all fired up.
You did.
And then that song. You don't love Flogging Molly that much anymore for some reason. You did for a little bit.
I'm coming back.
Coming back
around again.
The dude, before he made Flogging Molly, he was in a hair metal band called Fastway, and their hit song was All Fired Up. And
not to be confused with Fastball, who sang the song, Every road that we walk on is paved in gold. It's always summer, we'll never get cold.
No.
Fastball.
Fastball.
You know who else is fired up today? Every Wednesday, this guy gets fired up. I guess is it Thursday for him?
It's Thursday morning.
Yeah. Every Thursday morning, this guy gets so fired up that he starts his day with a quick workout, and then he checks in with us. From the other side of planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check in with Coach number 1. Look at him. God, he looks good, hey? How you doing, Coach 1?
Looks like Iron Mike right
G'day,
now.
Gaza.
Gaza.
G'day, Coach Kamatu.
Are you cosplaying as, what did you say, Mike Tyson? Are you cosplaying as Mike Tyson right now?
Are those traps?
I don't know what that means. I know who Mike Tyson is, but I don't know what cosplay.
It means you're dressing up as him.
Oh.
You got those, what are they, deltoids up here?
You look like a Ninja Turtle, bro.
No, yeah, let's do that again.
Cowabunga. What, this thing? This whole thing? Yeah, I don't know what that is. But there's supposed to be muscles there, like Mike Tyson has. It's pretty good.
Almost got the nip slip there.
I told you, 99% chance it's going to happen. I'm trying to be hyper aware of it. We missed you last week. We had gremlins crawling all over the studio here.
On the roof, probably.
Literally everywhere. We did a bunch of change arounds, and one little thing went a little wonky, but LB on the ones and twos today made sure he got that all fixed up for us. I wish you could see the patchwork, AJ. It's pretty sweet. He's got a classic, called like a farmer fix job. He's got the transmitter like right beside him, and he's got like a little thing that he's like holding over top of input right now, and says, if you don't hear anything, let me know and I'll move the input. So that's what we're working with. But that's the type of guy that LB is. How have you been? How has been the last couple of weeks on the other side of the world?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I watched last week, and I must admit, I could watch Curtis Anderson at least for 2 hours in a row. His Macho Man costume, it actually allowed me to teach my kids about some of the things that we grew up with, because on Saturday morning, I was still excited about it. And for about half an hour, I impersonated the Macho Man. My wife, Nicole, I showed Noodle the video, and she didn't really know WWF. And she goes, so is he famous? Is he really successful? And I didn't know if she was talking about Macho Man or Curtis.
Both.
They are one of the
same.
Well,
about the same level.
Well, that's what she thought. And I said, well, like, that's not the real one. She goes, what do you mean that's not the real one? I said, it's just dressing up. But she was really impressed that he could go the whole show speaking like that without his throat hurting. So that was kudos to Curtis.
He did well.
He did great. And I got to tell you, it's so funny you bring him up, because today is actually his birthday.
It is.
It's Curtis Anderson's birthday. So happy birthday to our good family member, a good brother, if you will, the great Curtis Anderson. Currently, get this, about to go down Space Mountain at Disneyland with the Phenom, his son. So he sent me a message about they were in line for Space Mountain. So he's celebrating his birthday in Disneyland with his family, and he's having a great time. So again, happy birthday to him and that amazing Macho Man impersonation.
I'm impressed he's got device off rule. I need to incorporate that in my life. I'm a little bit disappointed that he's not going to double zoom or zoom from Space Mountain. I tried to make it happen, and Gary's like, I need my device so I can prep for the show.
He took my phone and he was going to text him and get all this stuff set up. And I'm like, dude, if I don't have everything where I need it to start the show, as you know, preparation is just as important as execution. And if I don't come in here prepped properly, this whole thing go off the rails. So I had a little mini freak. I was like, Maze, I need my phone. Don't do that. And it was embarrassing.
It wasn't embarrassing because it was just us. Now it is, because now at least 100,000 people know.
Knows,
but I just thought when you have those interviews, those real moments, I thought everything was just off the cuff. You just roll out of your glorious slumber and just spew everything. But you do some prep, and you get yourself.
It's not even, and it's funny because it's not even prep. It's just a comfort thing. If I don't know, like, I'm the type of person, if I don't see things in the right spot, then it'll bug me throughout the show and it'll distract me. I have to be in my proper space so I can perform at the level expected. These are all things I've learned from a little book. What's that book beside you? Can you hold that up for a second? Yeah, that's the book. That's the book that taught me these things. Right, AJ?
See, there you go. Yeah. I was going to ask you, like, if you put your phone on your desk, could you find it? There seems to be more and more stuff piling up, appearing.
Hey,
this goes back to me wanting to show off all of the cool shit that my friends do. You know what I mean? And all the stuff that sort of formed what this place is. Like this Game Boy here, that's a Game Boy that I took everywhere on the road, this guy. This thing got a whole ton of play. That represents me. So that's sort of showing me off, along with this incredible game, A Link to the Past. Or sorry, not A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. Yeah, that's a big mistake. Both incredible games. But these little things. And then I got this from our buddy Corey King with his fundraiser, The Pink Wig, which we know and love. And that was a talk or an actual quote from the literal girl that started the Pink Wig, or that they started it for. And it's just all these really cool little mementos. And the wrestling videos, and this is Maisie's football video on a VHS. You know, it's all these cool things. Our friends' businesses, my brother-in-law, Uncle Mike, like it's showing off who we are and what we're about. So there's a method to the madness, is what I'm saying.
Well, this
is that a menu? What?
This is
an
old screen. I can probably zoom this in for you. It's from the Saskatchewan store. Oh, you're going to go over there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Hold on. We're going to get right in here. Look at that. So my buddy Scotty Anderson dropped that off. And it's an actual schedule from the storm. And it's got Look at that. Baskets for bucks. Go get some
John
beers.
Cleland on the back there?
There is no Johnny Cleland on here. Mr. Cleland did not make the roster. I don't think. Yeah.
I will say, AJ, this is a 28-inch table, so there's actually, it looks crowded up front out there, but in tight, we got a solid 15 inches to work with here.
Just to give you an idea. When are you coming home next? When are we going to do this in studio? You going to be home soon?
I don't know. 2027, there's a few big events happening in the family. So actually, this mom and dad, I haven't even talked to them about this, but we've got to do some kind of family reunion. Yeah, you heard it here first.
That's right.
But at this stage, nothing early. We're maybe looking at going to Vietnam next year.
Interesting.
For a holiday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
He said it.
Yeah, that's right.
He said it. That was good.
It's a great movie.
Yes. I haven't seen it. You know that?
You've never seen
As
it.
a radio person, I've never seen Good Morning Vietnam.
That is something that needs to be on. Do we have a movie
Viewing
review
room.
show?
If only we had a movie review show.
Good Morning Vietnam. Actually, they're with what just transpired, is Remembrance Day. And I know it's an American, obviously based, most movies are. There's some good Australian ones, like Australia's a decent wartime movie.
This is called Australia?
It's called Australia. Really good movie. Very similar to Titanic, same timeline, I believe. But Good Morning Vietnam is a great movie. That would be amazing on the viewing room. Great soundtrack, too.
We'll put that request into LB. You heard that. Again, he's on the ones and twos today. Co-host of the viewing room.
Could I ask AJ something?
Ask away.
This is probably not proper. I don't know. How far away is your medicine cabinet
Oh, yeah.
with the liquors?
It's just around the corner. We actually in the kitchen.
You got a rum that you could pour? A rum?
Rumpelstiltskin.
A Rumpelstiltskin you could put into a shot glass and do a little tribute. So last week I read a live read when on the fly. We couldn't get there, and I read that piece from my uncle. Tonight he is going to have one last shot. So I thought it'd be cool to also have one shot here. I'm not a drinker at all anymore. I used to be. I also used to be very stupid. And when you have someone that life-changing moment, or you see someone that is going into that final chapter, you start to reflect, or at least I do. And I was just like, man, I was such a damaged brain, selfish teenager at some points. Because I remember everything. So I just remember dinner tables where I was working 2 jobs and tired and like short with everybody. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to obviously I'm going to channel those out with the good memories, right? But those things stick too. And I was like, man, that was part of his universe or part of his world. I decided to be, and that's part of life, but at that moment, a shithead, and I regret all those moments. That all comes funneling back. So I'm hoping to wash those away with one more shot. So if you could be a part of that, that would be kind of neat. And if you don't or can't, also fine.
So I just need to get a shot of something?
Yeah, please.
I'm doing a shot of energy is what I'll be doing. So just so you know what we're doing. Because you're not allowed to chug liquor on YouTube. You can't drink liquor.
Or it's a
So this
Dufferin
is
Avenue Media.
rum. Is that how you do it? This is rum.
Yeah.
So just get yourself a shot.
What should I be getting? Or should I tell you what I'm getting or not tell you what
40
I'm
proof.
getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely not getting alcohol in there.
Wink.
There you go. I always said there's no better way to start the day than with a nice shot.
Yeah. Australia's upside down. That's when they do their drinking.
Yeah. It's morning drinks.
Yeah.
Especially when you can buy that real cheap wine. The Coolabah wine, the $4 for 4 liters.
Don't get that Han Premium.
Ooh.
One time in Australia, I drank a bottle of Jim Beam. We played a game I invented called 0-1. Have you ever played 0-1 with me?
Think I
Probably
have.
forced you to a couple times in
That
life.
does sound like
It was
my shot right there.
0-1, so you just have a 66 or a 40
Oh boy.
and hopefully 5 people-ish. And then you just
Hopefully
say 0,
5.
and the collective group has to say 1 for when you'd be done your shot. So it'd be 0, and you just tilt her up until the whole group combined says 1, and then you sprint like 50 meters, and then you sprint 50 meters back and get back in line, and then the bottle just spins around. And
How many people honk?
Just me, usually.
Okay.
That's why I don't do it anymore.
Okay. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sound like Ness from Smash Bros. There. Okay. Are we doing this right now?
I just wanted
you
to
wanna
prepare
save
because if we get into something, we could do a little shot at the end, or we
There
could
we
get it
go.
over with, whichever might
Nope.
clear me up. too.
Shot at the end sounds good. We still got some
Got
time.
some things to cover.
Yes. I got a really fun one, actually, AJ, that I wanted to float out to you. Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound normal.
I just went to take the cap of my non-alcoholic drink. It's a brand new bottle,
Oh, boy.
and the cap came off, and the cork is still in there.
There's a cork and a cap.
A cork, and that's a fancy. Oh,
Well,
that's fancy. That's a
yeah,
single
dude.
malt.
And it's
Like,
like it
there
didn't
was-
come out with the cap.
Oh.
Okay, so I gotta get something else.
Here he
Sorry.
goes.
Ah,
We're going to miss him for this.
that's been in the cage for
Yeah.
15.
I've
maybe
had a couple
30.
of bottles like that, hey, where you leave it long enough, then it might as well be concrete, solid.
Yeah.
And then you got to just
Get
smash
a little
off
bit
the
of the
top.
liquor and the cork dries out, and then it just sticks to the middle.
It's not good.
But that's a brand new one,
Yes. That's interesting.
so that's aged to perfection.
I wonder if
or
this
not.
is one of those classic. Remember those guys?
Oh yeah.
What's their names? Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah.
This might be a classic send it back with a rat in the bottle moment. Maybe you can get like a free case of liquor because they screwed you like this.
Oh yeah.
A
That's
mouse
very-
in it.
Yeah, you're very educated in the Bob and Doug.
I don't know why. I've never seen the movie. I've just seen parts of it.
Strange brew.
Yeah, I'm horrible with movies. That's what I'm learning.
No, you're good with movies.
Found
You're
one?
better than me.
We're looking good?
Another movie that should be reviewed
yeah.
is
Yep.
Strange Brew. I'm having a whole bunch of requests here for the viewing
The
room.
viewing room is just going to be Maisie's Picks. Start calling it Maisie's
yes.
Picks.
Please, I would enjoy.
You got to get in line too. They're actually letting celebrities in now. Croker's going to do one with them. I think you can do one too. They're opening the doors.
A dream.
Yeah, it's our number one show for sure. I think everyone knows that. Okay,
All right.
AJ, back to business. I've noticed that every time we do these, our viewership grows in the incredible,
Land
I
down
guess,
under.
land of Australia. Now, I wanted to see if we could take a couple minutes to brainstorm any possible sponsors that we could get for this segment each and every Wednesday from Australia. Would you be able to think of any businesses or any places around there that would like to support us with this incredible thing we're doing in promoting the land down under?
Well, Flight Center, travel company perhaps.
There's one.
USA Foods,
Ooh.
maybe, because they sell Clamato juice there and O. Henry's and
I'm thinking, and the other side of this is we make up a cute little, catchphrase for them. So for USA Foods, it'd be like, Adrian the Canadian on your show, proudly brought to you by USA Foods. They got the Clamato you're looking for. Something like that.
It ain't a
That's
Bloody
quick.
Mary or something.
It ain't a Bloody Mary. It's a Canadian Mary. Something like that.
the Caesar here. Very few people like it. Like I've introduced
Yeah.
it to many, and they go, "Oh, what's that juice?" I say it's Clamato juice. They go, "Well, what's that?" It's like, "Well, it's tomato juice with some clam broth," and they're like, "Yuck."
Now, what I'm hearing there is we got a lot of people that we can change their minds about
Yeah.
this because we just got to get it into their mouths. We got to get the product into their hands, and this is a way we can do that.
Acquired taste.
Okay,
I
so
was the
Mott's.
same thing.
Mott's.
Yeah.
Maybe Mott's is who he's talked to.
Sure, I just thought of this.
There we go.
So my mom works in the food industry. She's a food rep, and I wonder if she has any contacts with the Mott's reps.
That'd be amazing.
Now we're cooking.
Look
I
at
would,
that.
I would love to have this segment sponsored each and every week by Mott's.
I would drink one every.
I would on
segment.
set. Yeah, I'd chug a whole
Unreal.
bottle.
Yeah.
We would chug a bottle to show everyone how delicious Mott's Clamato juice is.
It is the best.
Yeah.
And they have some pre-made mix that you can just add right to the if you partake, and if you don't,
That's
you just
how you want
drink.
it. Okay, well, you have to definitely float that out to Mom and see what kind of connections we can get. I think that's a great
All right.
one.
Yeah,
and then,
we'll talk to her.
yeah, we can spend the rest of this next week thinking of other places around there that we could get, or even around here. And let's start promoting this. Let's put some money behind it, and let's start really doing this right.
That'd be cool. I will say the very first time that I had a Caesar, I was bartending at the Willows.
Yeah, I miss
So
those
I'd
days.
never would have had one, and some guys would have beer and clam, and I was just like, why beer and clam. Did you ever? Lots of people would do that. That'd be like their Sunday
Oh
drink, little
yeah,
clam
like
and
if
beer.
we were
and
out on
everyone
a
does.
hockey
Takes-
trip or something.
Yeah.
and I didn't understand it. It wasn't with me, but someone's like, I was making all these Caesars of like, I'm gonna have one. So I sat down, had a Caesar, took a sip, and I'm like, it's missing something. And I had to go get some soda crackers because I felt like I was just having cold tomato soup, and I couldn't drink it without some soda crackers. I didn't crumple them in and finish it with the spoon, but I needed some soda crackers to get through the first one. I was like, I don't know if I'll drink this again. And then a week goes by.
What? Whoa, hold
and
on,
then
hold
no,
on, hold on.
Dude, okay.
Okay, you go. You
No,
go.
it's fine.
No, you
No,
go.
it's fine. No, it's fine. You go. I insist.
Sorry. Did you dip? Did you crunch them and drop them in like you would in soup? What did you do?
No,
That
That's
was a
about it.
great reenactment.
That was about what
I
I
felt
did.
like I was there. I was hearing someone yell 4 in the side here off the
Big
patio.
Pun. I think I was sitting with a guy named Big Pun and a guy named Troy and maybe Harley Holcomb. Shout out to
Charles
those
Barkley.
fellas. Yeah.
Love
Holcomb.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
It's my dude right there.
So yeah,
That's-
I had to do it because I could feel that. So someone feels like they're probably having a cold borscht or like a cold soup. You're drinking this, like, why am I drinking soup right now? That's my first experience, AJ. I know what they're feeling, but you just have to keep bringing them back.
Okay, first
And then
time. Yeah, your first time's always a little awkward. And
Has anyone ever tried a hot Caesar? Making it like a soup, like have
A
some
teaser.
a tomato soup base with some clam and some vodka.
like a teaser,
Sure.
like
Like
tea
a
is
hot
hot.
toddy. Yeah, like a hot
tea is
toddy.
hot, and
Remember
Caesar,
hot
teaser.
toddies? I believe that's a thing.
Like a Caesar soup. No, it's
Caesar's-
not. See, he thinks you're crazy, but it might be good.
Well, a hot toddy, all it is like you said, it's like hot water and whiskey and like a
Yeah.
lemon.
and
And
honey.
you like drink it, yeah. So why wouldn't you
With a
just have a
cinnamon
hot
stick,
soup
maybe.
with liquor in it?
could you have that? Could you have that next week? Could you try a hot virgin Caesar?
I feel like we're onto something here.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
in.
I'd like to see how much Mott's Clamato you could chug.
Ooh.
You don't want to see that.
Well, hey, I'd love to see it if it would turn
I don't want
into...
to turn back the clock.
What if this turns into Mott's Proudly
I
Presents
guarantee-
Adrian the Canadian on your
All right,
show?
fine. I guarantee I could drink 1.87 liters of Mott's Clamato juice
Why not the full 2?
because they come in 1.87 liters, and 1.87 liters of Mott's Clamato. So back in the day, I could drink a beer out of a bottle in 4.7 seconds. This
Time.
is times 5. I'm older, slower. Give me 30 seconds, and that thing's done.
This could be a charity donation type situation. Yeah,
Could be a hospital
Oh,
visit
yeah.
as well.
that's true. It's definitely going to be a puke. We're going to need a garbage can.
No, I don't puke.
Yeah, neither do I unless I chug,
Unless I chug
2
a Jim
liters of
Beam.
clam in 30 seconds. What do you think's going to happen?
Nothing. You just enjoy a great
You just
challenge
put
and
it down
you
like a
win.
man and say,
I don't want to hop on this
chain.
this food abuse chain that's going around.
Okay.
I don't want to, but I'm willing to do this one
I think it's good.
for sure.
All right, I like
Because
that.
1.87 liters
Well,
is
and
possible.
there'd be
I
a
don't want 2
30-second
liters.
countdown.
On the
You have a
screen.
30-second countdown thing on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And at the end, you have to slam the bottle.
on my head.
Empty it.
That-
Yeah.
Put the crown on, King.
I would say that I will not puke. There is probably a 30 to 37% chance that Clamato juice goes out my nose, and I will move away from the microphone.
Well, we're
and
going
wear
to,
it.
we won't do it in front of the mic. We'll do it
Yeah.
with the garbage bags put down, and we'll do this right.
Sounds
So
good.
this will be good.
I'm in.
What else is going on over on the other side of the world, Adrian? Anything cool or exciting?
Yeah, we're taking the family to Pearl Jam this Saturday.
Woo! Where are they playing?
So we're a little nervous. Like we're kind of going.
Don't
We
be.
kind of just jumped on. Oh, Pearl Jam's coming. The boys haven't been to a concert yet. Ryan's too young, so she's sleeping over at her cousin's. We bought the tickets, and then we kind of thought about it. They're like, we like their first 3 or 4 albums, and then the next 10 or however many
No.
they did, we would have no idea what songs there are.
What if they just played
So-
the album 10 from
That'd be amazing.
front to back? You never know. I don't. What
Perfect.
kind of show is that? Do they have something new that they're They're doing, usually guys tour to promote a new album, but I have no idea. I'll look into that. Cut away from me.
That's the issue.
That's sounding kind of like buyer's remorse a little bit there, AJ.
Because he spent $800 to go see Pearl
Yeah,
Jam.
probably spent a lot of money to go see him. That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We don't need prices. We know.
There's a little buyer's remorse.
So,
but we're excited because it'll be like Jack, Ollie, Ryan, and I go, or Jack, Ollie, and Nicole and I will go. So it'll be a family event. So that's coming up. But this is what I was going to ask you guys about. I'm going to say 6 weeks ago, when I'm working at a cafe, sometimes I'll go get out of the office and go work at the cafe, check on Spotify and see what comes up. And Our Lady Peace came up.
Uh-oh.
And I haven't listened to Our Lady Peace, I'm sure, since 2002, maybe driving to Cairnsfield or something. I don't know. It's been ages. And I was like, man, how good is this? And then I was jumping on the starphoenix.ca to see what's happening in Saskatoon for a little bit of prep for it. And it said, Our Lady Peace is coming to Saskatoon.
Yes, they are.
Yes. So are you guys going?
No, I'm not. Walked around my good intentions.
Keep that going. I gotta tell you,
found
AJ,
that there were none.
as a guy
I blamed myself
that spent a lot of years on a radio station
years.
that really enjoys playing Our Lady Peace, I fell in when I was younger. My brother Davey had Clumsy. It's one of the CDs he had, along with the Alice in Chains. I think it was Dirt. Those were the two CDs he had in the Chevette back then, the baby blue Chevette. And so that got me really into Our Lady Peace. And then I got on the radio and played them 3 times a day. And then I got really, really out of Our Lady Peace. So I'm now, like I am with a lot of bands, I'm in like it's basically like a rehab portion of my life where I'm learning to love these bands I loved before I got into radio. So it's a very cool dynamic. So I would enjoy some OLP songs now that I've been gone long enough, but not enough to go and see them in concert.
One thing I will say, when they had their Navid album, Come Navid, that one, and then they had their follow-up was the album with Clumsy on it, and a girl named Geraldine Long. We were in grade 9.
Yeah.
Geraldine Mon.
I'm not sure about
maybe now. I'm not sure what her married name is.
So nice to me. I love that girl. She was always so nice.
So I think Jay Mays went and bought the album, or maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe we bought it together. But she's like, "You have to get this album. It's good." And I was just like, "Well, I wasn't a huge fan, but I went downstairs in the setup that my dad had, and I hit the CD and I listened to this, and I was like, they found the secret sauce with this album. Not so much that the whole album's amazing, but I was just like, that's a single, that's a single, that's a single, that's a single. And I was like, there's 7 singles on this thing. And that's what my report back to Geraldine the next day was like, yeah, this thing's going to play for the next year and a half. There's 7 songs legitimately and sure enough, there's like 6 releases of that song. And they crushed it.
You sniffed it out. You saw all these songs are going to be amazing, and you're not going.
No, I'm not a huge fan. It's not my cup.
That's my point.
I don't.
You can acknowledge when there's a hit.
And I'll sing to some of the songs. Yeah, for sure.
I will leave us all with this as we get ready for this shot here.
Man.
My brother Davey, he always fancied he looked a lot like Rain Maida, which is a pretty good resemblance. And it got to the point where he would go to the Scuzz and go party at the Sutherland like guys used to do back in like the 90s or whatever it was. He'd get his perm all set up, get all sexy, and then he'd go. And he said that people would ask him if he was Rain Maida. And then he would say he was. And then it got to the point where he showed up at the Sutherland and everyone was saying, "Oh my God, it's Rain Maida." And he got up on stage and said like hi to the bar and stuff. And they wanted him to sing. He's like, "I can't sing, I can't do it, I can't sing, but thank you so much." So he basically rode the lead singer of Our Lady Peace's coattails through a good like 3 years of bar starring at the Sutherland.
Did he get a date out from Chantal Krevialik out of that too?
I don't think he got that far. But I bet you if she saw him at the bar, if she was here, she would have gave him a second look.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. I will.
I'm wondering if. Can I? Sorry, Coach Comics.
No,
I wonder, like, did he get any? Like, were there groupies? Like people the girls lining up because
I'm telling you, it's set, like I was never around for it, so I didn't get to confirm it. But by the stories he tells, it sounds like there may have been a woman or two that may have offered a phone number to him just by his appearance.
That's normal. I think that's normal bar talk.
Probably doesn't make for a
good
good
looking
story, though.
rooster.
For sure. So AJ, the band you're going to see, Pearl Jam.
Here we go.
It's just crazy that
Research.
we went and talked about Our Lady Peace when, no offense, Our Lady Peacers or whatever you call yourself, the followers of the peace.
OLPers.
Pearl Jam's much superior, so you're going to a better concert, way superior show. No offense. No effects. The album that you're going to see that they're promoting, the 2024 album, is called Dark Matter. And I'm going to give it a listen thanks to this, for sure, just because you're going to that show. So you're 800 US or Aussie dollars. So that would be
We don't need to say prices here. Prices don't matter.
736 Canadian
I
and
think it was more.
Don't worry about it.
484
Stop
US dollars.
angering him. His day's just starting.
It's money well spent. He's investing memories for sure.
I'm sure he feels great
He's
about
not
it
going to
right
remember the price tag
Okay.
in a week when he's jammed with his kids and they start throwing some songs that he knows every word to.
That's it.
Ooh, there's some explicit songs on here too. Nice, PJ.
Okay.
I think running is going to be what's a Aussie word for a doozy? A gaza.
I'm a Gaza.
No, that's just shit. I think that's all they'd say.
That's
not as
we've become too
I know.
globalized now. Aussies don't have deadly sayings anymore.
Okay.
They did last 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
they probably do. I just don't know it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is that time.
All right, I would like to. This is for tribute to Uncle Brian. So I think they're having their shot, not for another couple hours, but Uncle Brian, we salute you.
We salute you, Uncle Brian.
Uncle Brian.
He'll always be represented
That is
around here. brother.
Non-alcoholic.
You got to ring the bell too.
No, the medicine was really sweet.
There you go. Mine too. Oof. AJ, thank you so much for always giving us this Wednesday time. We appreciate it. Get in touch with Mom and let us know how we're looking as we look to start putting a sponsor on this amazing segment. Until then, have an incredible week and say hi to the family for us. Ladies and gentlemen, coach number 1. Emotions, man. Emotions just keep popping up everywhere. As a guy who hates emotions, it's like, come on.
That juice is burning my eardrums.
That's why you ring the bell. It's supposed to distract you. As we continue here on the Wednesday edition of your show, we also have a scheduled appearance here for whatever bands are rolling through the 3 Hall Public House the upcoming weekend. Don't forget, 6 to 9 p.m. Unplugged open mic night. And then Saturday they got the performance, and we got a great one for you here. Yes, Ryan?
I did a perusal on the 3 Hall menu.
Yeah.
I haven't got in yet. I'm sorry, I live out of town.
I was telling the guys today.
I need to go there.
When they
The
were
food looks
leaving.
unreal.
Yeah, we're gonna set up and we're gonna do a show there hopefully soon. We're gonna box up all the signage and roll in there and do one. So I think that's when we'll go and we'll have a big meal and hang out and meet everybody.
That'd be fun.
In the meantime, we have another interview for you in our 3 Hall Public House feature. Let's go ahead and run that one, LB. 3 Hall Public House, bringing music back to Broadway. I love that saying, and we've jumped on board with our friends at Bloom Entertainment, and we've been featuring a bunch of bands and musicians and acts that have come through. And the deal is Friday night, 6 to 9 p.m., you got the Unplugged open mic going on. It's always a lot of fun. People get signed up. It's amazing. Then the Saturday night, we get a concert for you there as well, and it's a really cool thing that's going on. And luckily, we get to bring the acts through. Can we use the term acts? It sounds weird saying this is an act coming through. Do you like that or no?
I mean, maybe we should have more of an act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Makes me think that we should have a little bit of a shtick.
This is your
You
act
know?
this
sounds
weekend.
convincing.
This is it.
We got my man Rylan, we
Put
got
on a
Rebecca.
real good song and dance for you.
Am I correct in saying this is 2/3 of Lit Cigarettes?
That's right.
That's right?
Yeah.
Lit Cigaritz. Yeah,
That's
that's
amazing.
us plus Harrison.
That is so cool. Now,
Harry, a.k.a. Harry Berry,
Harry Berry.
It's
a.k.a.
very
Harrison Hall.
Harrison Barrison.
Yeah,
that's a good one too.
yeah.
I love nicknames. I think they're so much fun, and they show so much personality. And so you guys have been trying to talk about the way Lit Cigiritz came about. Do you want to delve into that a little bit? Because it
we
seems like
did
a funny
find
story.
the meme. It's really
Oh, you
just
got it,
the
okay.
meme.
It was
a
a meme.
that was shared, and that was. Would you like to zoom in?
Oh, we can totally do this.
Yeah, it was probably
Hell
like a
dude.
3 a.m. meme
Watch
share.
this. Look at. Hold on.
Let's see. I'll hold it nice and steady.
Who is your
So-
hero?
This was this perfect opportunity for me to fix my hair. Good.
We're
So
getting
yeah,
right
it
in
says
there.
up at the top, "Who's your hero?" And Bubby Wade with a mullet and DeLorean T-shirt. He said, "My mama run off a porch thief with nothing but a Roman candle and a lit cigarette." So that's
Lit
that's it.
Cigarette.
Yeah.
Lit cigarettes.
And I think the pronunciation of that is very important. Looking at the
It
spelling
was
there,
so
right?
important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cigarette.
cigarette.
And you have to say it like Bubby.
Cigarette.
You have to say it like Bubby too.
Lit cigarette. So yeah, it's essentially a joke that's lasted this long. But when we play shows with Harry, then that's what it's called. So.
And you've been doing this, like this isn't your first time playing shows with Harry.
No, I think the first time was it a year ago? Was it
It was-
December?
Yeah. It was a
19th
Christmas.
or something
yeah.
like that. It was. We played Leah at when he was at Capitol.
Yes.
He asked us to do a big corporate party there, and Harrison and I had previously done something together, and we had just started jamming with Rebecca, and so we just said, "Pull her in. You're on the squad."
Yeah.
And that story, like
Now I'm lit.
that story has been told in like different ways, mind you, but a different version with pretty much everybody that comes through here with with 3 Hall Public House, with the Unplugged Open Mic nights, and with the sort of setup they have going on. Everyone talks about the importance of nights like these when it comes to forming bands and furthering your career. And maybe tell us a little bit about that. I can't speak on behalf of you, but I've known this guy for a long time, and you've been around the music scene for a while. Like it's truly starting to feel, at least around here, like music is making a comeback.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I think that there's definitely an audience for it. It used to be more of, I think, just kind of like younger people wanting to go, out at like 10:30. I think that there's been a bit of like a move in the last 5-10 years of people wanting, people that do want to go to bed at like 11 o'clock, that they'll still go out to a show, and people want to go out to a show that's at 7-8 o'clock. So I think that kind of push has been cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's definitely been a bit of I think there was a transition period when I think open mics really are the glue of a lot of scenes,
Yeah,
right?
man,
Because that's when
absolutely.
people get together, that's when people jam together, that's when you meet
Networking
people,
and connecting and all that
stay
stuff.
together, and they decide to do a show together and stuff like that. So I think that plays a big part in it. When I think the one open mic, obviously Lydia's shut down, that moved to the Fez, but when that kind of like has fizzled out, eventually it was kind of Capitol, and now that's fizzled out, not happening anymore. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, as those kind of in those weird, in between stages, I think there's a little bit of a loss of what feels like a scene, and now as people kind of come together, there's a bit more of that going on. But
That's what I love the idea of like the slogan of bringing music back to Broadway, because like you come from the era like I
Yeah.
do, where that's where you would go. Didn't matter what was happening, you just
Yeah,
go there.
that was the spot.
And sometimes you just end up there without knowing how you got there. You just close your eyes and all of a sudden you're there. Like, okay, now I know what's going on.
Yeah.
And that was sort of how we came up. And it's really cool to think that that could sort of be a future that the younger kids can experience, because that was some of the funnest times we had.
Yeah.
Just stumbling down Broadway, figuring out what's going on, seeing a buddy you haven't seen in months, and then all of a sudden you got more buddies and your night just takes 100 directions. Like those days are very, very rare. So maybe Rebecca, tell us a little bit about you. What's your story? How'd you get to this point? How did you get to become a member of Lit Cigiritz?
Yeah, well, I'm like my story. I don't really have one. I think it all started, I was asked to play a wedding with Rylan one time.
Yeah.
And
Come
then,
on.
A few years ago, our friend of ours was just like, "Hey, I want you to play at my wedding, but I want you to play with my friend." And I was like, "Okay, sure." Usually that's
classic,
like,
great.
Well, and
Great.
Good for
I would
you
say
for
that's-
being like, all right, and give it a
usually
chance.
I would, but and usually that it wouldn't be the best. And then she just turned out to be an amazing singer. So
Yeah.
then we started
That's a
playing
very
shows.
rare sort of,
that part of
inroad
it
to
is
this,
rare,
yeah.
When somebody's just like, "Oh,
and it just
my friend's
works.
awesome," and then
Yeah.
they actually are. Everybody
Yeah.
thinks that their kid is awesome.
Yeah.
And
That's very,
it
that's
is
what I'm
insane.
saying. Yeah.
Her friend was great.
And so just like that, you hop in, you're on board, and now you guys are just out there crushing it.
Yeah, and now we've been doing quite a bit of shows just here and there, and then now it's been amazing doing the open mic at 3 Hill. That's been really fun.
Okay.
Yeah, we did was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we did the Legends Night.
Yeah.
So you're a legend.
AKA
Baller.
that's the old people's night.
It was so fun.
But it was pretty cool.
Well,
Old people like.
and it
I
was
like
super
that.
nice because the week before it was the women's night,
Yeah,
and
there's
like
games.
that's like the only people I have sang with were like Rylan and Harry so far, and then it was nice to kind of hang out with or kind of do some songs with other people too. So it's been really fun.
Okay, and one of the big things that I tell everyone here, I say, listen, this is a stage for you to be heard. This is a voice for you. Tell people where to go, how to find your stuff, and all this. Now you guys are both like, well, we don't really have anything for people to find. So
It's in the works.
How do we promote you? How can we promote you? Get your name out there.
It's in the works. I've been working on a solo album for way too long, and then as we've been performing together, now we're writing songs together, and
So it's on its way.
yeah, we're gonna have some of those kind of early next year, but that's the goal.
Stay tuned.
Okay, stay tuned. That's a good way to promote it
We
too.
might even play
Very
one.
well said.
We might even play an original on Saturday.
Yes.
Here we go.
So if you
Yeah.
wanna, check that out.
Head down to three
Come see us there.
Hall
How often,
public.
how often do we look into the camera?
Yeah, I haven't looked
It's weird, man. Everyone's different. Like I try to keep
no.
some continuity with it, but it's like
Can you cut this part out?
Sure. Oh.
we got outtakes now. Do you want me to edit it? It might be funnier if we leave it. It's real. Like I always say, this is as real as it gets.
Perfect.
So that was pretty cool. Thank you so much, you guys, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Friday night, 6 to 9, the Unplugged Open Mic. Saturday night, you got the concert. Lit Cigarette.
Yeah.
The more I say it, the more I like it. Just so you know, it's a
Is
really
it good?
great name.
It rolls off.
Yeah, it definitely
Good.
does. It's got that B sharps sort of thing going on where it's funny the first time, then a little bit less each time you say it, which is good. It makes it stick around.
Yeah.
I like that. Thanks again, guys, and best of luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Cheers.
Yep.
So there you go. Again, every weekend. Friday, 6 to 9 p.m., the Unplugged Open Mic. Saturday, you get a show from an awesome band this week. Lit Cigiritz. Love that name. Lit Cigiritz.
Lit Cigarettes. I'm about to. You've seen Wayne's World, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're kind of modeled after that.
Yes, we are.
You know the "We're Not Worthy" moment,
Oh, yeah.
where they Alice
Alice Cooper.
Cooper, good golfer. When-
Also, you actually know the name actually means Milwaukee.
yeah, that one.
Land of the people.
He also bought either Pele
Love you, LB. LB
or-
is gone, by the way. This is the first time I've ever finished a show without a producer. It's
or
going to be very
Wilmar
exciting.
windows. He put those in his house. My dad had a story that they just outfitted his house about 24 years ago. But Alice Cooper, I'm having that moment. Like I'm sitting in the same seat as someone that you just interviewed,
Yeah.
like a legend.
Our boy Rylan Schultz. That's my dude.
Is that a dude?
Yeah, Pistol Whip, Silk
It's not
Sure.
my
That's
dude.
my guy. And
I get
Rebecca,
nervous
like,
around that guy.
The crazy part is Rebecca just randomly started singing, and now she's crushing it with Lit Cigarettes, which I still
Lit
love the name.
Cigarettes.
That's the name of the band.
Like lit cigarettes or lit cigarettes?
Cigarettes with a T and a Z.
Oh, that's even better.
I know. It's from a meme. If you would have actually watched the previous recorded segment, Rylan explained it and showed
Yeah.
it. It's very cool.
Sorry. I was in
So they'll be
awe
playing Saturday. It's
of
gonna be
where I'm
awesome.
sitting.
3 Hall Public House. You know, I'm looking at this thing, and I know
Mhm.
there's a lot of people when they see this setup
Oh, I know that.
and the bell. If you ever came by the house on 4th Street, you've experienced this. There's a lot of smoking vodkas. Have you ever heard of a smoking vodka? It was one of my favorite shots to do back when I used to drink, and probably the biggest reason why I don't anymore. But a flaming vodka, what you do is you'd have a left-handed cigarette, and so you take a puff off your left-handed cigarette, and then you do your vodka shot. Oh, no. Got a dribble
Oh
of
no, this is bad.
alcohol on my face. And then you ring the bell as you blow it out. That was one of the big ones. But we
Oh.
also had a bunch of other really crazy shots go through this system that I got from my grandma and grandpa's place over on the corner of Isabel and Melrose.
That's neat.
Isn't that cool?
How plenty is that bell?
Well, I'll have you know, it actually broke. And a very good friend of mine, that would have been probably damn near 15, 20 years ago now, tied a thumbtack to the bottom of the bell. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a thumbtack.
that would
in here. Look
hurt.
at that.
And it still works.
Still goes, and it's still holding it. That's like, I don't know what kind of, like dental floss or something, but what a good system that is.
To hold it in the little hole.
I didn't even think of that. Very impressive.
The
As we continue on your show, Wednesday edition, hanging out with Coach 2, a.k.a. Coach Macer. Continue.
The how plenty is that bell references to a couple, Sarah and I, when we were in Thailand, met from Denmark, I believe. And when they were learning English, they learned that their phrase for what time is it translate to how plenty is the bell in English. And that stuck with me forever. But it's always like, in our house at home, what time is it, Dad? Your show all the time is so good. You should see Louis. Louis crushes the Frankie's fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Like with, you know how I do the mouth trumpet. He does
Yes,
his
you do.
own little
Piano
doops
mouth?
and boop boops.
Oh,
and
it's
he
like Daddy.
crushes. Yeah, very proud of him.
Dude, yeah. Shout out to our friend Cassandra and the team over at Sound Hearing Impressions. They gave us these incredible earpieces. We got to get you a custom one because those things, like after you put one of these actual ones in, I always say the big joke is, before when I was wearing those, I would always have to push it back in because it's falling out. Now my biggest problem is forgetting that it's in. Like I'll walk around and I'll take it off, like and it yanks me out because it's so comfortable. But Sound Hearing Impressions, love them over there. When we walked in there to get these things made, first question we got from the lady at the front desk, hey guys, what time is it? And I was like, I don't know, like 12, 15? She goes, no, what time is it? And I was like,
Awesome.
I looked at Network Ryan. It's like, is it not like 12? She's like, your show. I was like, oh no, I missed it. I'm an idiot.
But you're not.
Dumb. I was upset. I should
That's
have known
like-
better. It's your show.
Yeah, you're not going to tap
It's a
dance
great
for.
show.
You don't need to tap dance around
There's,
that all
it's so
day.
fun there. The people at Sound Hearing Impressions, the funnest people. I love them to death. Thank you again to all of them.
How much does one of those run?
I don't know. That's why I love them so much.
Oh, dear.
I didn't have to worry about that.
Well, I'll go get one.
And they're great people. Yeah, they got KD set up with one. They got Network Random. We can get you one. It'll be very, very, very cool. By the way, if you have a business doing really, really cool stuff,
Are
all
you
right,
able to serve this up?
we're going to serve it up.
Is it going to be up in the clouds?
Yeah, hold on. You might as well call me Goran Ivanisevic because this is a big serve coming in. Head on over to DufferinAv.com. We got a new color that's sort of hard to see. Head on over to DufferinAv.com and you can let us know.
What you want to see?
Or hit us up at contact@DufferinAv.com. See, this is why we made it yellow. This is what I was trying to tell you. We decided to go with the
So
change.
you can see it.
If we back it like this, sort of like a sing-along with us at contact at
The snake.
DufferinAv.com, you know? But green obviously doesn't work that well.
I requested.
Now we know. It's not a mistake if we learn from. That's what my dad always says. So now we know. We'll have to get a different color.
Street sign green is what I said to LB, and he said, I can do that for you.
And he did. And if
'Cause
you
L-
have an idea or a suggestion for a better color that will show up better, let us know. Send an email to contact@DufferinAv.com. We accept blue or red or pink. Hit us up at contact@DufferinAv.com and let us know there's got to be something better than this color.
If you like purple.
Organizations, charitable organizations. By the way, we got the Spirit of Cosmo breakfast coming up November 20th. And I got the script here from my girl Charlene and the team over at Cosmo.
We've got
Shout out to
spirit.
Toby and
Yes,
the gang.
we do.
As it's going to be another really, really fun one as we raise a whole bunch of money
Nice.
for our friends at Cosmo. It's the sensory equipment, the multi-sensory equipment. Very, very cool stuff they got going on there to help adults with disabilities operate while they're inside Cosmo. They do so much for so many people, and it's such a great cause. So looking very forward to the big breakfast coming up. If you are like Cosmo and you have an event coming up, you're an organization or a charity or a business, let us know, man. There's so many ways to get a hold of us, and I promise you, we can help you. Help us help you. That's what we always say. That was my commercial for the day. Network Ryan's on me. He's such a corporate shill. You know what I mean? He's the classic guy you want in charge. He's just the guy you love to hate. You know, you got to get that contact out there more. Promote more. It's like, man, we're not here to promote in your face. Like,
What's
we want to
that,
promote for the people that come to us. But as well, there are a lot of great causes and things to do.
What's that Tom Cruise movie with?
Cocktail.
No, a good one.
Top Gun.
Nope.
Mission Impossible 6.
Something Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Help me help you.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's what it's from.
Yeah.
Help me help you, Rod Tidwell.
Show me the Quan.
Show me the quad. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, it was good.
That's a very good movie. What else can we talk about for the last couple of minutes here before we try our first ever solo exit from a live show? I'm very excited for this.
Is this the first ever one?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk with AJ about this as well, but it's on our minds. But we're making a pact, and you don't know this yet, but we're going to do an on-air pact, and we're not going to get sucked into the hype. This is for your father because he wants a sports talk, and we haven't talked much sports.
The sports talk, yes.
Is your dad a Blue Jays fan?
A little bit. Yeah. He'll watch it. I force him to watch the Jays.
Another thing.
Okay.
My uncle
Yeah.
mentioned to me this afternoon. He says there are world-class golfers that come to our city every year. They play in certain events, like if the Canadian Open comes to town or some other events come to town. The tour events come to town. There are guys that are on the rise that are going to be in the PGA sometime, and they've been grinding it out. Okay. And they don't get a lot of coverage with the big networks. There's not a lot. There might be just like a little, here's the scores from the event, but they don't get showcased very well. And he thinks that's an avenue that we could dabble in.
I like that.
It's a great idea.
And also another idea we've had around here is talking to and you can speak on this too, the amount of incredible young hockey players we have.
Yeah.
Working out with our boys, Kelly Rio and
100%.
All of our other boys. Like there's so many really good places here. And we got all our buddies working out with all these guys and skating with all these guys. And so, following their it'd be like a road to the show type of thing where we can check in as they try to get called up and go see some ice time in the NHL.
It's a struggle. Like those guys get after
more than ever now, hey, because everyone's so good. Like
good.
Like the guys that are the Verge guys that are like up and down doing that AHL, NHL thing. 10 years ago, they'd be like second liners in the show. I really think that, like, just the quality of hockey, just because of the upbringings that people have, and they're learning from all these incredible people, and just like there's no basement anymore. Everyone's here. So to be able to stand out from everyone that's already here is so hard to do. And I feel like we can help some people do that.
This IQ thing, the skill is so high right now, but it's just the IQ sets you apart, and that's who clues into those little coach hints and those little practices that they do where they're instructing of how to read the play and how to dictate the play and how to control the game. Those are the difference makers, but the skill on every level is so good right now.
It's crazy.
The one thing I didn't finish, went on a tangent. That's what I do, but the Jays talk.
Oh boy, yes, here we go.
Let's not get sucked in to the hype, and if you're not,
is the hype the one Soto
let's be
hype?
like the people that are disinterested in baseball. I'm not saying let's have a winter of disinterested baseball, but every year for the past 10 years, all I've asked from Santa Claus was for a super high-profiled player for Christmas, and so
big name.
I've got it a couple times. George Springer was pretty sweet.
You know what people don't remember about that? Who was the other guy that was supposed to come from Houston as well that was really good? Michael Bradley.
Yeah, he had a couple good years left in the tank.
They were supposed to have both of them, dude. That's my point. They were shopping.
That was another false.
Milton Bradley? Michael Bradley. Milton Bradley makes games.
Play a lot of those at Christmas time.
Yes.
Milton Bradley board games. The
other big names over the years, can you think of any?
Well,
AJ
the one
Burnett,
that sets
remember
Prince Fielder way back. That was the first
when
Facebook
rumors were
post
still cool.
when rumors started. Was
I would have loved that.
The Prince Fielder was like rumored to 10 places, and I remembered I begged the Facebook Zuckerberg gods to bring him to me, and he did not grant the wish. It didn't care at all. But there's been a few big names. Sometimes it's just re-signing the player or signing Vladdy long term or something like that would be a wish. But there's some hype going on right now. We're not going to get sucked in. Everybody's talking about it. It's down to 3 or 4 teams. The Blue Jays are on a short list. We're not going to get sucked in like we did with the Ohtani mess. Where
he's on the plane.
We were like, this is happening. And we might have been part of a group that were like, this is happening. Everyone stop work, punch out, clock out.
It was like
send your boss you're sick. You're going home to stare at your TV.
It's like Kawhi Leonard too. When they were like, he's on a plane. He's coming to Toronto. He's there. It's like, no, he's not, guys. He's going home. Let him go home. He gave you your championship. Let him go home.
We're making a pact. Not get.
You have to look at the camera so they take a picture and they go click and they get us like that.
Up and down.
So this is. I'm sorry, I get clammy.
That's fine.
So we're not allowed to talk about Juan Soto now.
What?
Exactly.
We're just going to hope that there's a successful offseason. The
Okay.
Blue Jays are competitive next year.
Yes.
And they do a little tinkering to improve their situation because we're Blue Jay fans.
Very well said. You ready? Are you ready for another
Frankie's?
edition of
I don't do
listening?
Frankie's. I'm on boycott. Matt Cuthbertson has ruined it for me. Another shout out to Matt is Jacoby yesterday during the show was doing he put his hair down because his hair's getting long, and he did the Cuthbertson piano thing in between doing homework.
Too, man.
And Jacoby wasn't even watching. He was just doing it.
Doing it on his own.
And then I was like, dude. And he did it. It was
Did
cool.
he see? Maybe we could just play your kids doing the piano for an outro one day.
That'd be
We
fun.
start at the same
Yeah.
time and just have them play it out.
I just the two, Uncle Mike and Cuthbertson. Uncle Mike's got the.
Did you see him get on the table
the
yesterday, Matt?
I
He was
didn't
up
see
on the
that
table
part.
again.
No,
man. Yeah,
Jacoby
it's
was
crazy.
watching it.
No, it's hogging the screen.
Hogging the
Screen hog.
the phone screen. Is it playing?
No, I'm
All
about
right.
to start it for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen. Our first ever attempt at a solo finish here on your show network. Ryan's texting.
That's gonna make it challenging. What's wrong? What did I do wrong?
Oh, he's making fun of me because I spelled wrong. Instead of
What
saying
now?
started late, I said started Kate, and he's classic network. I don't know what that means. What's a start Kate? Come on, bro. Anyways, you ready? Here we go. So he says we should be able to do by playing this. Here you go. You ready? You got your headphone on?
I'm just
Ladies and gentlemen.
doing a live update of the Mott situation. It's happening as we speak.
I
Here.
love it. We're going to be chugging some Clamato. It is time for Frankie's Fingers. Oh.
I'm gonna try and sing it.
The boys better be careful. Like, it turns out we can just do all this ourselves. We can save a lot of money.
You could do your show, and your show could be my show. That's 'cause it's your show. I don't remember the lyrics.
He does have lyrics for
again.
this, and we are going to sing it one time. That was a great start. A good little tickle there.
Yeah.
Thank you to our friend Adrian the Canadian, joining us every Wednesday from the other side of planet Earth. It's always cool to check in with Australia. As well to Rebecca and Ryland, 2/3 of Lit Cigiritz, who will be playing this Saturday night over at the 3 Hall Public House. As well, do not forget, Friday night, 6 to 9 p.m., the perfect date waiting for you over at the 3 Hall Unplugged Open Mic Night. Be sure to check that out. It's a fantastic time. As well, thank you to LB, who left early. He had a flight at 5 o'clock. He was doing the Nazareth thing. You know, this flight tonight, that song? Yeah.
Is that how you spell it?
Yeah, there
Would
won't
they
be
be
anything
on-
on there yet. They
they're-
just formed.
Oh.
He's looking for music by them already.
All right.
So to LB, have a safe flight up there. We appreciate it. To you, thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I really
No
love how
problem.
you can get here.
Glad to
And
be here.
Uncle
Uncle Brian,
to Uncle Brian.
one last shot. Enjoy
last
it.
shot.
Enjoy your steak. Enjoy your time.
Heavy stuff, man. Life just keeps going,
Day by day.
day by day. So keep that in mind, and remember to tell people you love them and all that stuff. Life is so damn short. We're learning that over and over again. And let's make this world a better place. And a way you can do that is by remembering karma is very, very, very real. If you do good things, they will start happening to you. Okay, I'm telling you this, and we're living proof of that.
But don't do it for good things. You'll feel good if you give. You know what I mean? You do good things. That's the good that comes back.
Yeah, you
It's a
don't
good
do
feeling.
it for anything else, but for yourself and for
Exactly,
everyone
to
else.
feel good. Yeah.
Let's do it together, all right? I love you. Thank you again for joining us. And I'm going to hit this button, and then I think that's going to be the end. If not, we'll see you on the other side, like the kids say, hey? Is that about right? You're doing
I'm
this
doing
one?
my pose right now.
Okay, now my
I'm
order
gone.
says we do this one first. Okay, here we go. Have a great night. Oh, what a fun show.